this, the note that the right side of the driveway is not 15 feet from side boundary, and you want to approve it and tell them, how do you want to tell them?
Well, if we send them with the condition right on the table, right on the thing, right as it is,
Permit.
or we can say that it's expired and send them that letter. That would be the other option.
So I've seen this before where people put in driveways that are too big, and they'll put in a railroad tie and close in the mouth so
Oh, I
that it's
see,
conforming.
yeah.
And then magically the railroad tie gets up in the middle of the night and walks away.
Oh,
Right.
Interesting.
So,
Is that what's here? No?
I think it's what was there.
Oh, interesting.
well,
But we've seen that
Yeah.
happen
Okay,
many places.
yeah, I'm sure. So were conditions put on the construction?
the ordinance says it has to be 15 feet away from the sideline. In his application,
Pass me that. Yeah, there was nothing noted on construction at all.
Correct.
Wow.
Which is one of the things that we're dealing with is they were given their construction permits.
here he's got a plot plan, which every application is required, and very few of them actually have one. This one actually says, this is a plot plan for structure location. It's got the driveway written in, and it's got 15-foot minimum
Yeah.
of the driveway from the sideline. So his application says he's gonna put it in 15 feet,
And it's not.
but the inspection says it's not, so it doesn't get approved,
Okay,
from my perspective.
Okay, so this will be an expired. With conditions? Or how do we?
yeah, this is from 21.
Yeah,
So we'll move this one into expired, and we'll talk about it again in
All right,
3
great.
minutes. This is another one that is to the point of, we gave the construction says culvert and maintain negative grade. There is no negative grade. The culvert needs a stone header, and the right side is moving closer to the 15 feet from the pin. So the exact same issues on this one. So
Yes, yes, was this.
it was originally 22, so we'll put this one in for the expired letter. It's the one on Eidelweiss Drive
okay.
that we looked at.
What number?
57.
57.
Oh, that's the big one.
Yep,
Right, okay.
yeah. This one, also for operations, is 13 Thusis. It does say no negative grade to the road. We have talked to the contractor was actually at the site when we were doing the inspection, and said that he will correct that. Unfortunately, because things have not been working smoothly between departments and Madison, they already have a
Occupancy.
occupancy.
Oh, they do.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so what do you think on this one?
Approve.
Well, the homeowner should get something from us saying that there's no negative grade, and I don't know if we can say the contractor told us to do it, just that it's not approved.
So would you send that with the operations permit?
No,
You wouldn't.
no, without a negative grade, we shouldn't be passing out
Right.
operations.
Operations
So even if they
permits.
got an occupancy permit, it
Right.
doesn't mean, we're notifying them they're not in compliance with our regulations. And I think the regulations have penalties for not being in compliance.
They do.
So
Are those fines or mechanics lien? How does that work?
I think it doesn't say mechanics lien, it's a fine.
Yeah, and this started, when was the, construction was signed in 21. So it's definitely old enough that this one can get the expired letter.
This is 13 thesis,
Deuces.
thesis.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. This one, 2 Eidelweiss. Has a condition listed on it to make sure the drainage continues towards Bristenstock. Realistically, it's a maintenance area. The plow pulled up some gravel, so it's right up blocking where the culvert and
Yeah, we were there, the contract.
and everything works.
Yep.
So I think this one was okay, except for making sure that they continue to pay attention and be aware to the driveway, you know, to the drainage.
Okay.
So do we wanna,
Yeah, we said we were gonna approve that with those notes last
Yep.
week when we inspected it.
okay?
Need a vote on that?
Yes,
Make a motion to approve that with conditions of pointing out maintenance.
second,
All right.
All in favor?
aye.
3-0.
This is 5 Grandvale Way. And it was fine. I got no notes or anything on it. So 5 Grandvale?
Takes me a while to pull up my image of driveway.
No, it was good.
There was a newer house on the right side of the road,
Yes,
paved, long driveway,
yes.
yes.
All right.
To answer your earlier question, it's in the driveway ordinance that the district shall be responsible for all the maintenance of, number 1, driveway culverts within the limits of the right-of-way of the district. This is back to Eidelweiss with,
Mhm. Yep.
so it's in the ordinance that we're responsible for it. As long as it was installed according to permit conditions. We should probably look to see if the ordinance actually calls for headers on culverts.
Does not specify.
So if you're looking for a list of things to improve the ordinance, that might be one of them. Saying that we can specify it.
You gonna vote on this one?
This one,
Yep.
is there a motion?
No one's voted on this one yet.
Was there a motion made for it?
Nope.
Make a motion, we approve the driveway permit for 5 Granville Way.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Seeing how there's 3 signatures on it?
Thank you.
Okay, the next one is 22 Aspen.
Brad,
It's the new construction?
Yep, new construction, nicely done. The culvert is properly placed. So, make a motion to sign the driveway permit for operations for 22 Aspen.
second.
Aye.
He's already saying aye, so.
3-0.
Aye.
I don't think there's any need to discuss. It's-
Approve it 3-0. Penalty, any person who violates this regulation shall be deemed to violate an ordinance of the district and may be punished by a fine of not more than $500 each day of the violation
Yikes.
considered a separate offense. In the alternative, any violator shall be subject to the penalties of RSA 236-14. In addition, the person responsible for the violation shall be liable for the cost of restoration to the road to a condition satisfactory to the Board of Commissioners. That's section 12 of the current ordinance.
So the next one is 29 Grisson. It is fairly flat in that area, but there is no actual intent to create the negative grade. So this would come with a condition that says no negative grade and that the property owner is responsible for any damage that it may do to the do to the road. That's the note that was written on that one.
So this driveway does have a bit of a decline to the road?
It's a long run on a slope, slopes into the road. You could send a lot of water into the road.
Right, right, but it was inspected, no culvert needed, and everything was written okay, and the construction has no conditions and everything was cleared.
Yeah.
Well, so wait a minute. So the construction permit doesn't have to specify a negative grade. The construction permit says that what your application is doing, if they didn't draw the profile,
Right, but a lot of them do say right on the conditions of the permit for construction for the negative grade. But then there's a few dozen that don't say anything.
Right.
And this is one of those. Where it didn't say, it said no culvert needed, drawing's good. And it got signed.
So we're still into legacy issues.
Oh yeah, these are gonna be around for a little while.
All right, so we're approving that with that caveat that they're responsible for.
Well, it's out for discussion to whether or not we wanna put signatures on it is yet to be determined.
Any actively authorized by a permit issued under this regulation shall be commenced within 90 days after issuance and shall be completed within 1 year of the issuance of the permit. A permit may be renewed or extended upon application, but shall conform to any new standards or conditions as may be applicable. If the terms and conditions of the permit are violated, then the permit shall be suspended or revoked pending a hearing before
The Board of Commissioners.
the Board of Commissioners. After hearing, the commissioners may revoke, alter, or amend the permit. So that says that this board isn't bound by what a previous board did.
Correct, that's why we're discussing before and not just signing these things as somebody else already did the inspections and we're gonna sign them. And we decided right at the beginning that we weren't gonna do that.
Can you expire them with conditions?
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah.
Whose signature is that? Driveway inspector. Any idea?
Yes.
Just say,
I can't read that.
That's on a lot of them.
You
I've
know
seen.
who it is.
Okay. Just doesn't look like,
Yep,
I can't make it out.
yep.
yeah,
Probably on purpose.
probably a reason, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Plus this wasn't, the original permit wasn't unanimously, there's a missing signature there.
It depends, there might have only been two.
Yeah,
At the time,
all
yeah.
right.
What year is that?
23, says state of
23.
approval, April 11th, 2023.
Yeah, you might not have been
Right, at that meeting.
available at that meeting, or you may have chosen not to sign it. I'm not going back in to the archives to find out which.
This is where the negative grade would be drawn.
Right, and there's nothing done. So do we want to do the expired letter on this one?
Well, okay, so yeah, we could do that, because it was, what, April 11th of last year, we're now in June,
Yeah?
okay,
Yep, we can certainly do the expired letter.
let's do the expired.
And this one is 99 Eidelweiss Drive. It is very well done. So make a motion that we sign the permit for operations for 99 Eidelweiss Drive.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
3-0.
Is that that big house?
It's Rosie's, Malinsky's. We're directly behind my house. It's the one with the kayaks under the deck.
Yeah, it's a big house, hardly anybody's ever there.
So, for the expired ones, I sent you guys a list yesterday of
Yep.
the ones that were on the expired list. We have added
Little Shore?
4,
Yeah, 19 Little Shore you added to that list.
Yep.
Which I have right here, if you want it, for whatever reason.
well, just so that it stays with the expired file and
Yep,
then
Correct,
it'll all wind up in the office at the same time.
yep.
So do we want to go through the list each one? Just so that we're listing the addresses?
Yes.
Okay. So, expired permit letter 2. This one. 19 Little Shore Drive.
So these will have conditions. in the letter too, correct?
Yes,
New check, because we're sending the
the
old
new-
one back.
yep.
It's kind of old anyway.
correct, the new check, and there was no
There's
septic.
design, and then you have New Hampshire DES permit.
Yes, because with the septic design,
Yeah,
they have to get that through the state, and DES at the state is the one that authorizes septic designs.
okay, so it kind of goes together.
So it goes together.
Yeah,
You see that?
proof of insurance bond too, right?
Yeah, that's right in the expired letter,
Yeah,
is
that's
that,
right.
is that they have to, one, let us know they still want to continue,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
make sure that they're,
bond is still in effect.
Bond is in
Get a new
effect.
one. Yep,
We require a septic design letter for a driveway permit?
no?
Application must file a driveway application to include E, state approved letter, septic design. State approved septic design letter.
yeah, and you've got septic design and permit on this Little Shore one. I don't know why. There's no water application that I know of that exists on this.
So this was an existing checklist to,
I don't know, that was part of however old it is, back
Yeah.
when that check
was
was
something-
made out.
something-
2022.
Yeah,
The ordinance doesn't require you to have a
No,
septic
it
design.
doesn't,
no,
not for a driveway. I know, I don't know.
I don't know.
When I heard septic design, I said, is this a driveway permit we're talking about?
It's, you kind of wonder what was requested back then, like, why is that highlighted? Why is, you know what I mean? I don't know. I guess we can't really speak to what was in the minds then. But it's expired anyway.
Correct.
Was there anything special about that property where the driveway would be,
No, it's just an old form letter that the
Yeah.
district was sending out for people sending in incomplete, applications.
Right.
It just includes stuff that's not necessarily required.
Right. Were your signatures going on the expired letters?
Yes,
Yeah, all right, so. All right. You can turn that in down here if you want with the other stuff too,
okay,
whatever goes with it that you had.
alright, so that's Little Shore,
All right, very good.
and we got the 29 Grissom that we just talked about,
Yeah, state approved septic designs, right on, why would they do this?
13
Where did this come from?
Thusis that we just talked about
Weird.
for the expired letter.
oh,
57 Eidelweiss Drive. We'll get an expired letter. And which is your address here? 6 Grissom. And it will have an extra comment for
Yeah,
not
all-
being,
All of these have comments.
not being, yep,
Okay. Yeah,
21 Little Loop. Little,
yeah, that's the one you
Yep.
gave me, yep.
nope, there's 2,
Oh,
there's 19
Oh.
Little Shore Drive and 21 Little Shore,
little,
Little Loop.
okay, 19's not on your list.
yeah, you have to, right.
Yeah,
Right,
19's Little Shore, this one's Little Loop.
Right.
I'm confusing
You
my
sent a
roads.
follow-up
Oh,
email.
It says 21, is it 21 Little Loop?
Yes.
21 Little Loop,
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
19 Little Shore was a separate email saying Nancy forgot to put it
Yep.
in the original.
right,
Okay.
right. And
And this one had a check Brown, does have a check with it,
Yes,
that never got cashed, deposited.
There is?
That's the note on here, it says 21 Little Loop Road, add that the check was not deposited and a new check will be needed.
yep.
So there's two of them that didn't have checks deposited.
Alright, so what was this one for?
Rainy.
Cause I
Yeah,
thought
the-
we were talking about,
One on Little Shore and one on Little Loop did not have checks that got,
well, this check's getting returned, this is
Yes.
19 Little Shore.
yep,
And 21 Little Loop has a check?
that's the one that I don't find a copy of, check
We
in
nev-
with it.
So we don't have a check?
Yeah, we don't have a check.
We never got a check.
Right. So if they wanna continue, it's expired, they're getting the expired letter, so if they wanna continue, they're gonna have to send a new check.
So how did they get a permit for
don't-
construction for a
We,
driveway?
Good question.
Alright, so we don't have a copy. Well, actually,
That's
oh, it
good.
was voided. It was a voided copy.
Done.
Good old boy
$75.
systems.
One never knows.
One never
Good
knows.
gracious, okay.
This
never
is-
mind.
41 Hotwell, expired, no extra conditions. 23 Briston stock, expired, no extra conditions.
Quite a system.
9 Jungfrau. Expired. 7A Jungfrau. Expired. This might be someone that we're gonna keep in mind moving forward, cause there is a lot of damage right in front of this proposed driveway and half-constructed driveway that we might need to send a letter to the property owner saying they need to fix the road in front of their driveway, you know, or fix their driveway so they stop damaging the road. We'll do it properly. And 23,
Grissom. 33.
Grissom.
33.
33 Grissom.
So you've got this little note at the top on 7A,
Uh-huh.
expired culvert.
Yeah,
Culvert work.
yeah,
What
the
does it say?
culvert's not working, and like I said, there was heavy damage noted from coming out the driveway, damaging the road right out front.
So the culvert not working is causing heavy damage?
It's, yes,
Okay.
okay. I was gonna say, if you wanna
Yep.
have a folder back. The folder back, and there's the one for 41 Brixton stock that's gonna have its own separate letter.
Yep.
And there's only 10 left.
Wow.
But it'll be, I think it'll be good that when we get done with this exercise to keep working on shoring things up and getting everything set for moving forward.
Getting a new
So that,
ordinance and a public meeting and getting a new ordinance passed and educating the public.
right, right. Yeah, because all of this protects
Our roads.
the roads. And everybody has vested interest in protecting the roads.
Yep. That's, we're gonna have to do a little bit of a PR campaign on that, so probably help put together.
So that's how I spent my week.
We had a productive week.
Okay, you all set, Nancy?
that was the last thing I had.
Very good.
So, the letter of correspondence is a non-public session, public
Yes.
appearances, no public comments. Motion to go into non-public session. Discuss a legal issue.
Second,
Roll call vote, how do you vote?
I,
Nancy votes yes,
Aye.
Wood votes yes, and I vote yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Tasha. And that's at 11.